What I have here are all the houseplant hacks that every plant parent needs to know for 2025, and trust me, they will turn your plant care into a pure stress-free joy. So, after testing hundreds of tricks, I've collected only those that really work. It's not plant a banana, get a donkey. No myths, no fluffs, only efficient tricks that will make your plant life easier. Let's get started. First thing on the list is to always have around some propagations going so you can give them out as gifts. And let me tell you, there is nothing cuter than having to share something that you've actually created yourself. And to assist you with the first hack, let me give you another. For your propagations, you can always use some heating pads, which are going to cause faster growth of roots, stronger plants, and overall higher success rates in all your propagations, because low temperatures won't be able to stand their progress, even during winter. We are going to cover more propagation hacks later, but did you know that 60 to 70% of plant people actually ruin their furniture because they don't follow the next hack, which is to stick on floor protectors underneath your pots, especially if you have terracotta pots. They tend to scratch a lot the surfaces and destroy everything. If less stress is what you're looking for, this trick is a must for you. Sometimes we are in a rush and we want to complete our plant care as fast as possible. And when it comes to watering, if we water our plants and don't let the pots drain completely, we can create a mess. This is where the cork coasters come in handy, because you can use them as a plate and put the little pot on there to let it drain at your pace without worrying about ruining the furniture below it. But remember that these are going to have a certain capacity, so first drain the pot and then let it complete the draining on them. I always say that if you want to grow in a hobby, the best approach is always to steal things from another. And if we put that into practice with the plant hobby, we can always steal things from aquariums. Number one, which actually doesn't need you to have an aquarium, is to go and buy a dechlorinator, a brand for example, and use it to dewater before watering your plants. Sometimes even our filtered water is too harsh for a lot of drama plants like the calatheas, some ferns. Instead of rainwater, you can plainly use some prime and fix that problem once and for all. But if you already have an aquarium, and I guess that you are properly maintaining it, we can say that the hack number 2 is even more powerful, which is to use the water from the water changes as the water that you're going to use on your plants, because this water, guys, is gold water. And that is why I always recommend all plant parents to have at least one aquarium, because this is a biofertilizer that is going to help your plants grow massive. I grew my plants so much because of the ponds outside. I recommend it. I recommend it to everyone. And I have a third hack from the aquarium hobby, which is that sometimes you can use fluval stratum for your propagations or some semi-hydroponic situations where it might actually work better than other mediums, because it's cute. Stick around till the end, because I am going to share my favorite hack of them all, something that makes my life so much happier. Now let's steal from terrariums. Most pools are a thing. Moss on propagations is another. You can use moss for your propagations to ensure high humidity at all times. And if you want to take a step further, then propagate things in your already established terrariums. So small cuttings won't do harm to a huge terrarium like this one. So if you want to propagate something, just cut it and put it there and let it grow till it reaches the size that needs to be removed. But what if you want to ensure the success of your propagations even more, because you have a plant that you don't want to freaking lose? Well, then get in the habit of doing air layering. Look at that. I haven't yet cut it this time, but it already had some roots, so we are safe that it will live after cutting. Do this with all your precious plants, please. As you already know, light is one of the most important things for our plants. But if you are just starting out on the hobby, then you are not crazy enough yet to go and invest on grow lights because they are really costly. But there is a way to maximize light in your space without spending a lot of cash, and that is to use any type of reflecting surface like aluminum foil or maybe a mirror to redirect the light where you want it to hit, which means your plants. This hack can really help. I've been doing it for years and it really works. It makes a difference. This room here is like a tomb with only a small window, so I'm talking from experience. Two common problems that most plant parents face, especially during the winter time, is first root rot and second fungus on the soil, the white thing, the white mold that appears on the top of the soil. There are two hacks that can help with these things, and the first one is cinnamon on top of the soil around the plant because it is antifungal, and the second and most important is charcoal in the soil mix. We use charcoal for all the filters out there, from the filter that we use to drink our water to the filter of the aquariums, even breathing masks. All of them have charcoal. That says something. Charcoal is the real diamond here. It is going to help a lot, especially if you have plants prone to root rot like the monsteras or the alocasias. Charcoal it is. Let's move on. Since these problems are soil mix and watering schedule, a great hack is to always plant your plants in transparent plastic pots and put them into decorative planters. Then you could see if the soil inside is still moist or if it was dry enough to go ahead and water it again. Vision says it all. And since we are talking about pots, if you have a plant that you absolutely need it to dry quickly, is to have it in a plastic pot and then create a lot of holes even around the pot, not just the bottom. And this is going to help the soil dry as quickly as it can. You know, some say that plant people are the best hoarders out there, so next time that you buy a candle, don't throw away the vase. Instead, use it as a decorative planter for all your mini plants. If you like climbing plants, then this next hack is for you. This little thing here is actually for desk cables, but you can use it for small plants like this neon. For example, we can put it here, then it is ready. That's not all. Stick around because the next hack is a total game changer for every plant parent out there. As you know, we need to monitor our plants every single day because new pests might appear out of nowhere. To make this task easier and less frustrating, what we can do is use our phone's macro lens to check its leaf better. And if we see something, just click, take a picture and check it up close. What you might see as simple dust might be a really bad pest. Another great hack for pests is to use clear tape on the leaves or the stems to check if something will stick on it. The tape never lies. Brown tips are inevitable. What we can do in this situation for a fast makeover is just grab some scissors, take the plant. This flippy floppy leaf here was like this when I got it, but what you can do is just trim it. What I preach is that never cut a part that's healthy, only remove the parts that are problematic. If the plant wants to kill that leaf, it will kill that leaf. Don't remove it if there is no problem at all. If for any reason you will be unable to water your plants for a prolonged period of time, there are some hacks that can help you take care of them while you are away. The old classic plastic bottle drip irrigation trick, where you use a plastic bottle, you make a tiny hole and then let it drip and slowly water your plant. But the upgraded version of this hack is to find a terracotta pot that's unglazed without any draining holes, fill it with water and put it on top of the soil of your pot, or just bury some of it in the soil. The terracotta will get inside all the moisture from the water and pass it to the soil. The next hack is to use any plastic box from the kitchen. Instead of throwing it out, use it for seed starting or propagation dumps. If you accidentally break a leaf and you want to rescue it, what you can do is use a straw to guide it in place. This way the leaf will continue living for a long time. Once I did that to my pothos, and the leaf lasted 2 years before going yellow out of old age. Sometimes your little plant might need an extra something for support, and what I say then is use what you can find around, and most of the times probably in the kitchen. So I have a wooden fork here. I could use a stick, but I like the fork better because it is wider, and that allows me to put some moss in here to promote growth of roots. If you see this here, it is dense fake moss, and I have it here because it works the same way as sand. It prevents the fungus gnats from going inside and making this pot their home. So the last hack is actually again for fungus gnats, and I have a way better solution. It is organic, it works, and doesn't make your space look ugly, like sticky trash or apple cider trays and everything. And that is purple mosquito lamps. When you want to use this hack, don't just turn on the purple lamp as it is with lights on and everything. Fungus gnats will fly all over the room. Instead, dim all the lights, make the room as dark as possible, and turn on the lamp. This way, all the fungus gnats will fly over on the lamp and end themselves voluntarily.